Breaking update for Bears fans only. Chicago just beat Dallas, and Caleb Williams refused to bait in the postgame no drama. No cheap shots, just a statement win and a quarterback who kept his eyes on January. If you're catching this late, you're missing the night the narrative flipped. Welcome to Bears News Fan Report. Hit subscribe now and keep the alerts on because when the noise gets loud, this channel keeps it football. Here's what actually matters after the handshakes. The former head coach on the opposite sideline, now a defensive coordinator in a star helmet, returned to Chicago and took the L. The rookie year turbulence is officially rear view. The second-year quarterback executed a grown man plan. And the offense finally looked like the picture we've all been painting since Ben Johnson walked through Hollis Hall. That's the story. And the headline inside, it is colder than any revenge angle 19 completions on 28 attempts. 298 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 0 sacks. Read that again. 0 sacks. The first time in his young career our QB walked out of a game without hitting the turf. That's not an accident. That's the marriage of design and discipline. Of a coordinator who told the room, we can be explosive without being reckless, and an offensive line that took it personal. It was 385 yards, 31 points, and the sense that the playbook didn't just open. It started to sing. And yes, the question on everyone's tongue in the hallway was about the guy with the headset across the field. Did it feel extra sweet because of him? Caleb didn't flinch. Doesn't matter who. You want a franchise face? That's the answer. You want a team that won't get stuck reliving last year's headlines? That's the tone. And if you think that was media training, you didn't watch how he played. Footwork like a metronome. Trigger discipline. Layered shots pulled only when leverage said go. And a stubborn refusal to take the negative play. The kid didn't just beat a defense that knows him. He beat the urge to make it about anything, but the Bears getting better right now. Let's slow the film. The plan was respectful of the pass rush and ruthless to the rules it created. Quick triggers that stole the Cowboys' first step. Formation tells that lied on purpose. RPO looks that froze the second level. Play action from under center that forced the safeties to read grass instead of faces. We use motion not as decoration, but as a screwdriver shift the nickel. Reset the protection, identify the blitz, and give Caleb a pre-snap map he trusted. On third down, we hunted matchups, and for once we didn't ask him to be Houdini against free runners. We asked him to be a surgeon against leverage and timing. When a shot was there, he took it with conviction. When it wasn't, he took the profit and lived to call the next killer. Ask any quarterback what confidence feels like. It's the freedom to say no to hero ball because your system keeps handing you yes. That's what Ben gave him. And credit the big men. Sets were square, hands inside, depth of the pocket consistent, and when Dallas tried to overload, our slide rules were tight and our backs didn't miss in the A-gap. That's how you stack a 0-sack day, not by praying, but by building a wall and knowing when to take the alley. If you're new here, smash that like, so this video finds every Bears fan who lived through last season's frustration. This is the film room they deserve. Now, the human piece. Caleb's quote matters because of the choice he didn't make. He could have dunked on a former regime. He could have tossed a one-liner to go viral for 12 hours. He passed. He picked the longer runway. It doesn't matter who. That plays on a Tuesday in the weight room when a center is grinding through a tweak. And it plays on a Saturday night when a young receiver is reading the install and wondering if he's really ready for the bright lights. Leaders aren't just loud when the mic is on. They keep the main thing in focus when the circus rolls into town. You want receipts? Wins are receipts. You want edge? Watch how he manipulated the free safety with his eyes on that deep glance route, or how he shouldered a free rusher, reset his platform, and ripped the crosser on time. That's violence in a clean frame. That's swagger without the messy soundtrack. And the bigger message to the locker room is simple. No chip on the shoulder documentary. No, prove him wrong, tattoo needed prove us right. Prove this version of the Bears right. The one that doesn't chase ghosts but chases details. Let's talk rhythm, because this offense finally has some. Early downs felt like they were ours by design. 5-yard hitches that became 8 because the ball was on the face mask. Wide zone with a backside glance tag that punished overplays. Condensed splits that disguised outs and digs until the corner was in a blender. The red zone answered the call too. Tempo to lock personnel, a high-low on the flat defender, and a throw only a quarterback who trusts his eyes takes, the kind you dial up on Wednesday and dare the defense to stop on Sunday. And when Dallas tried to heat him up, the answer wasn't panic. It was math. Empty looks where the ball was out before the stunt could unwind, half-roll pockets that changed launch points, and a couple well-timed screens that weaponized aggression against itself. This is what a coordinator sounds like when he knows he has more in the bag. Not a carnival of trick plays, but sequencers call A because you want to call B, and show C now because you'll steal D next week on the same look. There's also a culture shift showing up in the smallest things. Watch the perimeter blocking receivers getting hats on hats, turning 6s into 10s. Watch the ball security, 2 hands through traffic, late hands at the catch point, no silly reach-overs on first down. Watch how the defense fed off the offense's pace. When the chain crew jogs, the pass rush breathes, and the whole sideline grows an inch taller. This is complimentary ball without the corny captions. And the fan in me is going to say it straight. We didn't just beat a good football team. We beat the version of ourselves that would have made that storyline about the past. We refuse debate. That matters in September because by December the only story that counts is seeding dots, so where do we go from here? Don't let the 0-sack box score make you cocky. Let it make you greedy in the right way. Keep the pocket honest with quick game. Keep the play action honest with a run threat teams must respect. Keep the QB honest by telling him the same thing this staff told him today: trust the footwork. Take the layups, rip the big one only when leverage sings. I want more under-center play action because his shoulders sell it like a veteran. I want more flood concepts where he can high-low a flat defender with the kind of patience he showed today. I want one more answer versus simulated pressure maybe. The fast 3-step glance paired with a backside option he can take if the nickel cheats. And I want the same calm at the mic after wins and losses, because that standard trickles down. You could feel it in the huddle body language. Concise call, crisp clap, eyes up. That's quarterbacking as leadership, not just arm talent. Now, the elephant that won't leave, wasn't this personal? Not for Caleb, and that's exactly why it worked. He turned the question into fuel for the routine. He made the moment about the plan. That's how you stop the NFL from chewing you up by refusing to give it the tabloid cut it craves. And yes, the old ghost will keep knocking. There will be games where protections crack, where a hot read is late, where the ball has to come out with a defender in your chest. That's football. But today we learned something sturdier than a scoreline. This team can choose poise under pressure and produce points anyway. It can say no to bait and yes to the work. It can turn a revenge plot into a rehearsal for bigger stages. If you're still here, you're part of the heartbeat. Subscribe, share this with the diehard who never left his seat, and keep showing up in the comments because this community has a voice and a memory. My personal take after watching the tape and listening to the room is clear. Keep the main thing the main thing. Keep Caleb's pressers boring and his Sundays brilliant. Keep Ben Johnson sequencing a step ahead without showing off. Keep the O-line angry at the idea of another sack. Keep stacking professional football until the league stops asking about last year and starts asking how to stop this year. And I want to hear from you. Do you love the doesn't matter who line as much as I do? Do you want more under center, more motion, more tempo? Who earn your game ball on offense and who quietly set the tone on defense? Drop your takes below and tell me the next adjustment you want to see when we line up next weekend. We'll be here all week, cutting through the noise, rolling the tape, and staying locked on the only receipts that count: wins.